moneyyyys, welcome back to my channel, and for today's video I'm gonna be teaching you the do's and don'ts during the job interview. So if you're interested, just keep on watching. Okay, so in today's video is kind of like a bit different because in today's video we're going to have a special guest, and because I know that this video is really important for you guys, I asked someone to guest on my channel to give you a professional opinion and professional idea on how you are really going to pass your job interview. He graduated in Pennsylvania State University and majored hospitality management. He also works at different branch of Marriott company and also happened to be one of my most favorite managers. And now he is a businessman. Please welcome Mr. Anthony Lloyd.
Hey everybody, how you doing?
So in today's video, we're going to be talking about the do's and don'ts, and Anthony will also help us to give opinions and ideas about the job interview. First, let's talk about the do's. What are the stuff that you need to do and you need to, make an extra effort to have a successful job interview? Address the interviewers by their name. Why is this important?
Respect. Not the first name either. Don't call them Tim or Jeff. It's Mr. this, Miss or Ms. that.
Okay, that's good.
No first names. Unless they tell you that you can. But just make sure that you're properly addressing them. It's just out of respect.
Second is greet them the moment the interview starts. For me, in my own opinion, it's kind of like set the tone for the interview. I always want to greet and come I'm have this all energy and I am really confident. For example, hi, good morning, Mr. Smith. Or hello, good morning, Mr. Smith. How are you today? Something like that. Do you think this okay?
Yeah, you definitely want to you don't want to be short. You don't want to be like, hi, and be very closed, because they're going to look at that as if you have no personality. And if you're in the hospitality industry, you have to have a personality. I know that it's very stressful and scary to be in an interview like this, especially if it's your first time doing one, but you really need to practice ahead of time and make sure that you're ready to go on top of your game with a lot of enthusiasm when it comes to the interview and introducing yourself. You have to start off on the right foot, otherwise that first impression might not be so good.
Right. If you guys have watched my past videos, you know that I told you just greet them. It's really a big factor. It sets the tone of the interview. Once the interview starts, just greet them right away. That's the key.
And try not to sound fake about it. I know that a lot of people have scripts or whatever, how they want to answer questions, but you don't want to sound like a robot, you don't want to sound like a robot or like you're rehearsing something as you talk to them, or else you're going to sound fake. And what they're looking for is someone who is authentic and genuine and is honest. If you don't know answers to questions and things like that, you just need to tell them. You need to be upfront. Don't try to play it off as if you know everything, even if you don't. I mean, they're going to respect you a lot more if you tell them, I don't know this, but I'm very well willing to learn.
Wow, that's a great advice. Next is smile.
Ding.
Okay, fourth one is watch your body language. For me, for example, I never went to an interview that I'm just like this. Oh yes, Mrs. Smith. Yes, I understand that. Oh yes, this is what I am capable of. No, I don't just do like that. I don't know. Even if in my videos it shows that I always use my hands to explain something. Even if I'm just talking to the guests, as far as I remember, every time that I explain the menu, I always use my hands. Or when I am in the interview, I always use my hands. And also, I'm not always just like this,
Like a statue?
Yeah. I'm always I'm not, that's a joke, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, exactly. You want to make sure that Your body language is very personable. You don't want to be closed off. You want to be very open to them. They'll definitely notice that. And one of the things that she said before this was smiling. That goes along with body language. It's very important that you don't come in with your shoulders hunched over and say, hello, I'm here for today's interview. Make
funny.
sure that yeah, you're smiling and they can tell that you're enjoying, even if you're not enjoying the interview. I know interviews are stressful, like I said earlier, but even if you're not enjoying the interview, you need to smile and put your best foot forward and show that you're enthusiastic about working for their company, regardless of how you're feeling, how scared you may be, or things like that. So make sure that you're thinking about that. Just come in confident and make sure that your personality shines through. And if you don't have one, you better get one.
Be honest. As Anthony said earlier, always be honest. For example, you actually, like, especially in the job like if you're in a Skype interview, if the signal is, you know, not really doing well and you didn't heard the interviewer what he asked you, just tell them that, I'm sorry, Mr. Smith, can you please repeat the question again, because my signal is not that clear. Can you just, you know, just speak politely and be when you're I feel like if you are really honest with the interviewer, if for example they ask you like, oh, do you know how to sell a wine, you can exactly say to him that, actually, to be honest, Mr. Smith, I haven't sell wine, but I am really excited to learn that from you. Is that okay? Do you think that?
Yeah, definitely. I would 100,000,000% rather someone come and be honest with me about something than be a bullshitter, because most of the time if you're bullshitting, they're going to be able to tell. I'm telling you right now, you can think that you might be able to get away with it, but most people that are going to be interviewing you, they've been around the block. I mean, food and beverage directors, GMs, I mean, I don't know if they have management, just regular managers do it as well, but regardless, they've been there, done that. We've interviewed tons of people. We're gonna know if you're lying or not. So just make sure that you're truthful. Don't try to say that you know something if you don't, but you need to spin it into a positive, you know? I don't have much extensive wine knowledge, but I know your list is amazing and I cannot wait to learn the wines on there and be able to sell them to our guests.
Oh wow. Yeah. That's an amazing answer. If I had the high manager, okay, you got the spot, boy. Next is know the job and how you fit in the requirements. Because if you're, for example, let's say you really want to be a front desk and you just want to be a front desk so you won't be under the sun, you know, you won't be holding these dirty dishes because you don't want to be in the F&B and you just want to be look pretty and stuff. And you know, it's hard. I mean, if you don't know what it takes to be a front desk agent, I don't think that it will show on your personality. If you really want to be a front desk agent, maybe, you know, your main reason is just to be, you know, be in the air condition and not to hold the dirty dishes as like the food and beverage department does. But you need to know what does it take. You need to know the requirements. Do you know how to run the system? Do you know how to deal with the customers that is super angry because the hotel has overbooked them? You need to know that.
You have to be very personable as a front desk agent, because you never know what someone is not going to be happy about or what broke in their room, and they come down at midnight and you're the only person there. I mean, it's going to be some sort of supervisor there or whatnot, but you have to be able to deal with these people and make them happy in the end. They need to go back to their room happier than when they came down, or else you're in trouble.
So next is always be prepared to answer all the common questions and also all the unexpected questions. On my last video, we've talked about that you need to make a script before you hop into the interview. If you haven't watched it, I'll link it down below and also put the notification card here that you can just click it there. For example, all the possible questions that your interviewer might ask you. But also you need to be prepared for the unexpected questions, because hiring managers loves to ask you unexpected questions, or maybe like, you know, that will caught you in the act and ask especially questions that are situational.
You're gonna have to be able to think on your toes and just kind of jump into that situation. So if they ask you how you're gonna sell a wine, you could kind of role play and kind of jump into it and be like, "Good evening, Mr., Mrs., whatever their names are," and then start going into telling them about a wine that maybe you know about. If you don't know about any certain wines, you know, you can't really go into details with that, but they would like that for you to impromptu jump into selling them a wine. They'd be like, "Oh wow," you know, even if you don't get it exactly right, they're gonna like the effort that you put forward, because there's other people that just sit there and kind of like, "Well, I don't know," and you don't want to be that person. If you're actually giving it an honest try and trying, and if it doesn't go so well, you're just honest about it and honestly say, "Hey, look, I haven't sold much wine, you know, it's a skill that I still need to learn, but I'm very excited to blah blah blah. I know it's a part of what I need to do," and yada yada. You know, as long as you're honest about it like that, you're good to go. But yeah, even giving it a shot like that, they're gonna like that. Be like, "Wow, they actually tried," you know. So it's better than sitting there and just.
Next is do research with the employer. To me, I like researching the employers or the interviewers before they interview me, because it makes me get to know them more. For example, there's this, I forgot his name, but we thought that she was a girl, but he is a boy. So researching your employer makes you get to know them better and makes you kind of like understand what they are really looking for. For example, you saw their profile, especially on LinkedIn, and you know that what they're looking for, and that's like your persona should be. I think it's easier for you to get the job. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, on their website they're going to have their mission and their values right there stated. So what you really need to ask yourself is, do I align myself with their mission and their values? Because not only in an interview are they interviewing you, but you're interviewing them. Like, are we going to work well together? Just think about it. You're essentially stuck there for a year of your life. So you want to make sure that it's a company that you agree with what they're doing. You make sure that you get, I mean, it's going to work for both of you, because you don't want to be miserable for the whole year. Imagine leaving and then wasting all the money that you put into getting there. So you don't want to do a bad job, because not only does it look bad on you, but it looks bad on your agency as well. So just make sure that you research the company and you know what they stand for, and that you agree on what they stand for. And they might even ask you a couple questions about the company, or they might ask you, "What do you know about our company?" or "Do you have any questions about our company?" And maybe something that you've read that maybe is going on in a current event, or something that you saw was interesting about their properties or something like that. You can always ask about that, and they'll be excited to share that to you, because that's something that they stand for or that's going on currently with that company. So of course they're excited to tell you about it. So it's really nice to do that, and it shows that you actually take the interview seriously, you did your homework, and it'll help you stand out from the rest of the crowd for sure.
Okay, so now let's move on to the don'ts. Do not underestimate the interview, because even if you are summa cum laude, magna cum laude of your class, there's always so much more to learn, and there's always, something that unexpected that you won't be thinking that your interviewer might ask you.
Yeah, definitely don't be coming in acting like a know-it-all, or they're definitely going to ask you something that they've gained out of their experience that they know you're not going to be able to answer. And you definitely don't want to come in acting like, "Oh, I'm the greatest thing ever," because people don't like arrogance. You need to come in, you're interested to learn, you're there to learn. You can think you know everything, but I guarantee you don't even know half of it. I can promise you that. Because the people that think they know everything, you start teaching them better ways to do things, and how we do certain things over here and our resorts and things like that, and they're like, "Oh my god, I never was taught that. I was taught to do it this way." And these new ways, you need to just stay open-minded. Keep your mind open, because someone somewhere across the world always knows a better way to do it. Like, there's always a better way.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter how smart you are or what scores you got or all that. That doesn't make up the whole, you know, that's not all the pieces of the puzzle to make up the best server or best employee ever. You know, there's a lot more to it than doing well on tests in school and getting good grades. Trust me, once you're out there in the real world, it's a lot different situation.
Yep. Next is do not make unnecessary movements. I know that we've talked about it a lot more from my past video, but I have to repeat this again, that when you are being interviewed, don't be like, oh my god, my hair is and then while you're interviewed, you're like, yes mom, yes, or maybe like playing with your hair, like, yes, no.
Yeah, don't do anything distracting. I mean, just, you can talk with your hands and it shows confidence that you know what you're talking about and things like that, but you don't want to be going crazy with it. If you start playing with your hair or you have certain things that you do when you're nervous, they're definitely going to pick up on that and they're going to know that you're nervous, which is fine. People get nervous in interviews. It's not a make or break. It's not a deal breaker. But you want to try to keep from doing that stuff as much as possible, because if you have like little things that annoy them while you're talking to them, it hurts your chances from, you know, being hired for the job.
Do not make unnecessary words or comments. So for example, the interviewer is talking to you and you were like, wait, I think I know that. Oh, wait, I think I see that. That's like very unprofessional. When they're talking, listen first, and then if you have any comments or suggestions or anything to say, you know, let them finish first, and then that's the time that you give your opinions. Because when you cut someone, that doesn't look so good.
Yeah, it's just
very
rude.
Unprofessional. Yeah.
Just rude.
Next is do not be late. When the Americans say 8 a.m., your interview starts at 8 a.m. It starts at 8 a.m. If the interview starts at 11 p.m., it starts at 11 p.m. It's not like 11:30, 11:02, 11:05, 11:10.
I never had an interview at 11 p.m. Do they do that?
Well, in your country, because it's 11 a.m. here in America.
Oh, yes. I thought I got her. She got me.
Yep. Okay, so do not be late. This is your chance to shine. This is your chance to be here in the United States and to learn more about their culture, how they work, but also like just the global standards, you know? How can you ace your career and be on top of your game? This is your chance, so do not be late.
Yeah, make sure that you're ready at least 15 minutes early, no matter what. Always be 15 minutes early. Make sure that you test, so since you're doing like Skype interviews and stuff, make sure you test your internet connection, everything's working. Do it beforehand. If this is your first time ever doing video chat or Skype, make sure you test it. Everything needs to be working properly, because it's such a turn off to the interviewer when you try to call in and video's working but not sound, sound's working but not video. They can't see you, you're skipping all over the place. So just make sure that you have all of that figured out before you call in.
Yep, and that's why make sure you click the notification bell, because on my next video I'm gonna be teaching you on how to prepare before your Skype interview. So next is do not ask questions about, do you guys do background checks, do you guys do drug tests and all of that stuff. It makes you look suspicious. Okay, so and the last but not the least is do not forget to say thank you to the interviewer after your interview. And it makes you look more of like you are very excited to see them and you're very much excited to work for them.
Yeah, you definitely want to be appreciative of their time, because time's one of those things that we can't get back. So like I said, and she said earlier, make sure that you take it very seriously and really thank them that you appreciate their time, and be excited about, man, I just got done with the interview with an awesome company, like thank you so much, you know, and they really feed off of your energy and the vibe they get from you. So I'm telling you right now, you can have some bad answers and you can fumble over your words a little bit, and they're gonna understand that you're nervous, but your overall vibe and enthusiasm, it's really gonna make or break you. I'm telling you. You can have some answers that are really, really good, but if it seems like you're talking to a piece of cement when we talk to you, it's not gonna work. You're in hospitality, remember? Friendly, open, enthusiastic, you're having fun, you're talking to people, you're making relationships. That's what it's all about.
Wow. Thank you so much for all the golden nuggets, Mr. Anthony Lloyd. And that's all for today, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and click the notification bell so you'll always be notified whenever I upload new video. And if you guys are interested, I made a lot of informative videos about J1 and how you can work and travel here in the United States. So just click it here, or maybe I'll put it here. And that's all for today, guys, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much. Bye for now.